Hello everybody, welcome to the Cornell campus. I know things are blurry right now, I'm just setting up. I hear a juvenile hawk in the area. Not sure where it is, but it's calling. Sounds like it's either near either Emerson or Bradfield or somewhere in those parts. And I had been hearing a number of robin calls from nearby, so I wonder if something else was near as well. But we're going to go towards the sound of the hawk before we go towards the sound of the robins. It's a beautiful evening, but it is warm. It's almost 90 degrees. You can probably see that it's sunny and beautiful. No one on Bradfield from these. Oh, there's somebody on the throne. I'm already thirsty. All right, let me just do a couple more things. Okay, let's look up at the hawk on Bradfield. This won't give us a clear view for a number of reasons. Oh, come on. Stupid camera buttons. But this will show that somebody is up there. From here it looks like Big Red, although I can't be certain. Let me see. Let's brighten it up a little. Yeah, it looks like Big Red. You can see her wings. See how she has them? To me, that I may be wrong, but it's often an indicator that either someone is cooling down a bit, or certainly isn't trying to retain heat, or is ready to move. But I think this is a case of being just looking around. I think it's a case of just wanting to cool down or stay cool. I was hearing the hawk call. I don't see anybody. And maybe the thing to do is to walk around and and head to the other side of Ferno where they may be. I don't know. All right, let's do that. I think I could go there, but carrying this stuff is kind of clumsy. So even though it's a longer walk, it may be easier to walk around. Oh, I hear an adult. And okay, I heard an adult. Sounded, I may be wrong. Yes, it sounds like someone is closer to Tower Road, but I just checked and Big Red is still up on the throne. So let's see if we can find Arthur. Someone was calling. It sounded like an adult call to me. Sounded like it was coming from, at least from where I was, it sounded like it was closer to Tower Road. Now I'm looking out here, I don't see anybody. Oh, here's that call again. Unless it was Big Red and she was calling and the sound was bouncing off of a wall or something to confuse me. And that's certainly possible. Let's continue. We're gonna climb back up the stairs. And you can hear a young one calling. Yeah, just the sun is bright, so it's hard to look up at the throne. This tree doesn't help either. Okay, there's still just one up there. This all gets heavy after a while, and especially on a hot day. Hold on a second, I see something in the distance, probably a turkey vulture, but let me look with binoculars. Probably. Okay. Yeah, see, sound is bouncing off of here and there, and it's confusing. So, as I had said earlier, we've got robins calling from here. And they had been earlier. We went after a search for the other hawk there. I see somebody up here. Hi, Carl. Hi, Carl. Hi, Cindy. Let's stop right here. Still someone up on the throne. And someone, I think, still calling in the distance. But we're going to look at this one for the moment. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. This is not a good angle. Alright, we've got the sun really testing us, so I'm going to move. Beautiful hawk. Of course. A smudge somewhere. Oh, just walked back out. over a chicken coop and into a tree. In the tree.
To get a lot closer than you guys with your scopes.
Change the angle, that sun is tough. This ought to do. All right, we're going to let that one sit. I could go out to the other side of it, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to continue on and go. Well, first of all, I want to look at something. So, if you'll bear with me, no, you better not. I better not do that. All right, let's do a little walking. Like I had said, I had heard an adult calling, and somehow I doubt it was Big Red from the throne. And did I just see a vacant throne? There's no one up there at all? Oh, no, there's still somebody up there. But I don't know. Oh, I see somebody on Emerson. This won't be a good look, most likely, because of the sunshine. And I think I hear a second one calling. So maybe we should continue on. I'm going to brighten it up so we can see a little better. Yes, that's a young one. I'm not positive about hearing a second voice. It may have been just this one's. Okay. Let's continue. Maybe we'll get a better view of this one. I'm not sure. It may not be possible to see it from over here at all. I don't know. Running out of room. I am out of room. Oh, I think that there might be two calling. There might be two. Can I see the first one that we... Nope, I cannot see it from here. I don't believe we can see it from here. We have to be back there, and I don't like doing that because of the sunshine. Let's just head into the Ag and Life Sciences quad. It is cooler in here. Hopefully I haven't lost you because of a poor signal. Let's see if we can see anyone in Man Library. From here anyway, I don't know. Well, we can't see anyone from Man Library, but we can get a better look at Big Red up on the throne while we're here. So let's do that. Maybe I have to back up a little bit more to get a better look at Man. But we'll see. Oops, wrong way. Let me check in with you and see if everyone's up and running. Looks like we are up and running. Okay. Let's see if we can get a couple closer looks now. She's not close to me, but we can try to improve the view just a little bit. Uh-oh. Is she going to take off? She might. You can see there's some heat shimmer. Not at all unexpected given the sun. Straighten things out just a little bit here. Hello.
How do you guys keep track of them? Is it like 24 hours? There's always somebody
No,
who knows
but
where
we know roughly where they are. Can you see the one up there?
Yeah.
And this is what it looks like if you'd like.
They're so cool. Now, is it the same one, or
Well,
is
this
it
is
part of the family?
This is part of the family. This is the female, the mother, and her name is Big Red.
Because every time I'm on campus, no matter day, night, weekday, weekend, there's always somebody here with a camera.
Well, and this is a special time of year because of their young have left the nest, and they're still spending time in the area. So we watch them as much as we can.
You do.
And,
you really do.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me.
We have fun doing it,
Dedication.
and I'm not here as often as others are, but still have fun doing it whenever I can.
It's just amazing, the attention these birds get.
They're probably I wouldn't be surprised if
most
they're the best known hawks exactly in the world.
They move around, but not a lot.
Well, we kind of know where to go too, so that helps.
Good night.
You too. Thank you. We won't stay here too long, but and I'm not hearing anything else from here. So, it could be I'm not in the best spot to see everybody, but it's nice to see her like this. She's beautiful. Unfortunately, I'm falling behind on processing of any video, and I had hoped to deal with some of what I've recorded in recent days. I just haven't had the chance. Uh-oh. She looking up? No. Okay, let's continue. Let's go look for some of the other hawks. See if maybe we'll have some luck in finding somebody. It could be I didn't walk far enough back to see anybody on Man Library. That's very possible. I have to stop by the car for some water. Before I walk too far from here, I could look up at her, but it's just a slightly different angle. Okay, we can now again hear one of the young. Maybe two. Oh, we have a better view now. Oh, come on! It was right on the edge of this rounded portion of the building, and then moved. I was just about to get set up for it. It's still there, though. Okay. If it stays there, we'll get a semi-decent view. Hold on. It's not looking at us, but better than nothing. So remember, Big Red is within this chick's view up on the throne. Feed me. We can't see Big Red from here, but she is right there. I could take a few steps and then see her, but not, then we'd lose sight of this hawk. And this is the only one I'm hearing right now, so maybe it is just in fact one that's calling. There's a reason for that, maybe. I don't know if someone just flew by. If so, I can't see it. Hold on, let me see if I can. No, I can't see from here. I'd have to move. What a beautiful bird. I always feel sorry for them when they're calling like this, but I mean, they have to learn how to hunt themselves. That's why they're not being brought food every 2 seconds. I don't even know if this one has a... This one might even have a fairly full crop for all I know. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll move out along pretty soon, don't worry. But it's still nice to see this beauty. Like to see if we can find the others. Well, I believe we've seen two, because we saw the one that was on Little Rice and then moved to one of the trees in front of Furno, and now we've seen this one. And I have to admit, I don't know who's who, but... And we've seen, Big Red, and may have heard Arthur, but I'm not sure. Anyway, let's move along and see if we can catch up with somebody else. Okay, let's prepare to do that. Big Red is still up there on the throne. The stone was loose. Either that or I've put on too many pounds. Yeah, from here I can't see that juvenile. Oh, wait a minute, there are two up there. Looking back, there are two. No way I would be able to see them from where we were. Let me get out of the sun if I can. Help me and help the camera. But there are two. Well, let me see if I can do one more thing. No, that's not going to be... Well, maybe. Nope. Two more steps and I lose sight of one of them. Okay, well, we have two of them up there anyway on Emerson Hall. Hold on. Okay. And I believe Big Red is still where she was. So maybe I was hearing two call from there and then mostly one. Hard to see them in this lighting, but oops, there they are. Not the greatest view, given how dark it is. I wonder what happened. Can I lighten it up a lot? It's not great, but... So The two are hanging out around there. I don't know where the third is. And things are, well, there's a blue jay calling behind me somewhere. I'm just worried I have a smudge somewhere, either on my lens or on my camera or somewhere. For the moment, they seem content to just sit there. Oh, there's a little bit of a breeze. That feels good. If you're just joining us, as I pulled in, my thermometer was reading something like 89 degrees, if it can be believed. That breeze does make a difference. It's not a strong breeze, but it feels good. Actually, it's just about perfect. Okay, we're going to move on, see if we can see what else is going on. We're going to go, I think, towards Tower Road and see if we can get an idea as to the whereabouts of anybody else. Let me just listen for a second. I hear calling. Let's look back up at the callers. If they are in fact calling, or if there's maybe a third one calling. Okay, it's the one on the right who's calling. Okay. Oh, took off. Took off. Went towards Man Library. And I cannot see it now. Cannot see it now. We're going to head towards Tower Road, as I had indicated. And we'll see what happens. We may not see anything. We may see something. I don't know. Let me just double check the throne. I don't believe anyone is up there. Oh, maybe. Okay, she's still up there. But she seems to be facing, I think, this way. Before she was facing the other way. That's why we had a good look at her. From the quad. So let's see if we can catch up with somebody here, if anyone's still here. I hear a robin now. And another one. Not a sustained alert, so maybe nobody's here. Which is my guess. Yeah, there's a robin there. She just flew off. Let's head towards Tower in that way. Stop at the car and get some water. Just a sip or two. I'm sure it'll cool down and everything, but you know, when you're, and maybe, you know, sitting on top of these buildings is, I wouldn't be surprised if it's even hotter, and you're certainly, if you're not in the shade, like the hawks we've seen so far are not in the shade. Maybe it's quite warm, but I mean, they can handle it, I guess. All right, let me just set you on things, and let me allow me to have some water. I didn't bring a small enough bottle to carry with me, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 turkey vultures high above. Make it 8. Oh wow. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They're just all, they're coming, not single file, but not really all together. They're just coming right through. That's one of them anyway. Okay. I hit the spot for a bit. Let's walk. No signs of anybody here. I'm not hearing anything. Looking at the perches, although it might be a little early to expect anybody to be there. I'm not seeing anybody either. Perches on Bradfield, that is. This, I believe, is one of the very same ones we were just looking at. But from here, I don't see anybody else.
Yeah, and I told Lydia, I said, don't. Well, I think that it was totally him being manipulative because he knows. Like, is he really going to turn to you, of all people, and accept it? No.
Quiet out here otherwise. I haven't yet had a look at some of the other areas within view from here. you know, from this general area, like, you know, towards Raleigh Robb Hall and Stocking Hall. Or really, I haven't even checked the lighting towers. So we'll only stay here maybe a few more moments and then we'll move along. I haven't checked the Rice Hall parking lot yet either, really. So, looking at Bradfield on this side, looking at all the likely purchasers, I don't see anybody there. And again, it's a little early maybe for that. Okay, still from here, that same hawk is within view, and still not a great view just because of the light. The fact that it's facing away from us doesn't help. I might be able to lighten it though, enough to make it worthwhile. Anyway, what I was getting at earlier was that, you know, it's warm, but things will cool off and they'll probably be maybe a little bit more active. Right now, I mean, you find a place, maybe you hope a parent brings you something, but you're not all that active yourself. Okay, let's, I was looking away. This hawk is looking away. I have to change the battery pretty soon, surprisingly. Didn't think it would be that soon. Okay, let's continue to search. I'm going to walk towards in that direction. And maybe we'll see somebody, you know, from this viewing area here on Man Library. I'm not counting on it, but I'm hoping. But I don't believe I'm going to climb down there unless there's a good reason. Oh, too bright, sorry. I'll darken it up in a moment. As soon as I have a free hand. So the one we saw earlier, Go to Man Library, may still be there, but I can't see it from here. No, not from here. So we're going to continue back. See what happens. It's tempting to walk down to back down to the ag quad again, but I don't know if I want to do that. And from where I was just in the last few minutes, I haven't been able to verify that Big Red was still up on the throne. Quick look back up. And yes, it looks like she is. A couple robins just flew by. Quiet, no alerts, no nothing. As I said, I haven't checked, the Rice Hall parking lot yet. And oh, come on. I don't understand this tripod. Works against me half the time. So peaceful and quiet here now, pretty much. No hawks disturbing the peace. Now, while we're here, let me look up with binoculars as best I can at Man Library. I see it. I see the hawk on Man. If I can get into a shadier spot without having my view blocked, that would be nice. Yeah, this might not be bad. I just don't want, the sun in my eyes isn't great. I don't want the sun on the camera lens. Alright, let's brighten you up a little. So this is on Man Library. Looking cute. Again, not the greatest view. I'm sorry about that, but that's how things are with this kind of sunshine. Up on the throne, Big Red is still there. I can show her to you, but we have currently another pipe blocking our view, so maybe that's not worth it. And I'm hearing to our left a rattling sound, and that I believe those are house sparrows. And I believe also that one other juvenile is still on Emerson, but we can't see it from here. Now I'm just trying to look around as best I can while leaving you with a view of that hall. We won't stay here too long either, just because, like I said, there might not be all that much activity until maybe things cool down a little bit and hawks are people too, until they're trying to settle in or who knows what. Let's see, look back up where Big Red is. Again, this won't be a very good view just because we've got a pipe in the way, but you can see she's now facing this way rather than the other way. Of course, now she's looking the other way, but her body is faced this way. Maybe I can move a little bit to improve the view. Let's do that. The hawk on Emerson might be in slightly better view from here. What was that? And I'm not sure. Oh, what did I just see? Did I see two hawks or one? No, probably two, probably just one. Probably just one. I looked away and then all of a sudden I look back and I see something completely different. So there is Big Red there on the throne. And I think what I'll do is I'll walk back over to where we were, looking at the one who was on Man Library, and see if the two are together up there, or if maybe we don't have a view of both, or who knows what. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to leave everything in place, I think, just to simplify things. Okay. It's tough for me to tell from here. I don't want to take another step because that'll get me back in the sunshine where I don't want to be. Well, I don't see anybody up there. So maybe they both moved. Who knows? Okay. I don't hear anyone calling either. Let's head towards the ag quad and see what happens. Like I said, I'm going to need to change this battery very soon. hear any calling. I don't hear any alerts. This may be a waste of time. Nobody visible from this side. I have to say, when they do start going on Man Library, it gets to be a pain. Just by the way the building is and everything, it's hard to see them. And to get out of the ag quad requires a fair amount of walking. If there's anybody up there, I can't see them. Hold on, I gotta deal with some things on my tripod here. Again. Alright, we're gonna walk towards Tower Road. Find ourselves in the middle of nowhere, more or less, hawkwise. Hold on. Big red is still up there. She's been there the whole time I've been here. I don't see anybody on Weil. Lately, sometimes we've seen Arthur on Weil. Hold on a second. What do I see in the distance? Probably a turkey vulture, but could be something else. Come on. Stupid tripod legs. Let me see with my... scope if I can. Okay, there's a turkey vulture. Oh, how'd that get like that? Hold on a second. Sorry about that. The buttons are on this camera too sensitive and sometimes not sensitive enough. But I shouldn't complain. Awfully quiet. I don't hear anything. It's almost tempting to get in the car and drive around. Stop right here for a moment. Let me look with binoculars at a couple things. Okay. Maybe I should change the battery while we're waiting. Because it is pretty low. Yeah, very low. I'll give you one more look at something before I change the battery. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm going to change the battery right now. Is there a chance we'll go up in a balloon again? Not likely, not anytime soon. Been there, done that. Okay. All of a sudden it's very quiet. Nothing going on. But could be that it's just a matter of waiting until things start to move around and stir a bit. still up there. We might as well walk to the Rice Hall parking lot, see if anyone's around. But obviously they're venturing further now, you know. They're going to Mann Library, and who knows how far. I don't see anybody here, and I don't hear any vocalizations from robins or other birds. So it's definitely quiet back here. Now we do know that sometimes they can hide in a tree and we'll miss them. I'll look at the trees that where we've seen them most often, but I'm not seeing anything. Okay. Nothing going on, it's quiet. The sun is getting lower. You know, it's probably not quite as intense. Even though I arrived here at about, 6:15, 6:20 by the time I started. You know, the sun was intense, and standing in it now even would be, might be tough. But right now I happen to be in shade, and there's more and more shade. As the sun sets. So I haven't seen Arthur yet, although I kind of thought I might have heard him. And as for all the others, I don't know where anybody is right now. The other young, we had seen 2 on Emerson, then 1 flew to Man Library, then the others seemed to fly to Man Library, but I don't know if the first had been there at the time. So right now, the only one I really know of is Big Red, and we're looking at her for the moment. And we could and maybe should walk closer to Man Library and that area where we last saw them. I'm not hearing any alert calls right now. I don't know if they're just hunkered down somewhere or what. And I'm certainly not hearing their calls, the hawk calls. Hold on a second, let me see here. Looks like a crow, okay. Now, I just heard a robin alert call. But just one. I don't know why that one robin might be calling. When I was here last, we were seeing them on Bruckner, on Little Rice, on a little bit on Rice Hall, but clearly they were starting to move along, not just spending. Actually, we did see all 3 at one point on Rice together. But they were, even more, I shouldn't say restricted, but they were restricting their own ranges. Now I have a feeling they're already starting to spread out a bit, and they need to. There's no doubt. It just makes things more difficult in terms of seeing them, but they need to do that. They can't just stay here in the immediate vicinity of the nest. I believe I see that robin that was calling. I was going to show you a chipping sparrow, but it took off. Okay. You can hear one right now, maybe the same one for all I know. We're just hanging around right now because I haven't been able to see or find anybody in a while, and sometimes it's not worth walking around, and you might as well wait. We will get moving though soon enough. If I hear anything that hear or see anything that makes me think that somebody's nearby. That's a house sparrow, by the way. So is that one. I believe the one on the right is a male, and that one on the left is either a female or a young one. I'm not sure which. she's still up there. Let's take a walk, see if maybe we can get an inkling as to where everybody else is. But again, I'm hearing no alert calls, no, not from Robbins, and no food request calls. Now, so far today, we haven't had the best luck. We've seen them, sure, and every year is different, but we've seen them, seen 2 of the young. And I'm going to look up with the scope first at the top of man, see if I can see anybody, and if not, we'll keep walking. No one in sight from here. Okay. Anyway, we've had some of the best luck actually on the 3rd of July. And today being the 3rd, did I just hear a juvenile call? Maybe. As I get closer, if anything, my chances of... Oh, I see somebody! On Emerson again. We're going to have the same lighting problem, but we'll take a look. So on Emerson Hall, this one is located. Hold on a second. I have to remove the lens. It's still there, there's some dust or something. Really, it's just peaceful. Nothing really happening. Not tonight, no. What time is it? It's 20 minutes to 8. There's still time for some activity, but... Again, that was a house sparrow, a male house sparrow. And don't believe they're actually native to this country. Someone brought some over, and they've flourished here. We're going to walk we're going to continue to walk that way and see if maybe either the view can improve, or maybe we see another one, or something. Or maybe even just a better view of Big Red. I don't know. With each step, I lose sight of more and more of that hawk, and now I can't see it at all. The one we were just looking at. But it sounds like there might be another one nearby. Oh, look at that. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I do hear somebody else, I think. I do hear somebody else. And possibly, I might be hearing a wood thrush alert call, but I'm not sure. This young rabbit is in danger being here. Ooh, look at those ticks. this rabbit, you know, it's difficult for you to tell, but I can see that it's a small one, so it's a young one. Kind of interesting to watch, you know. We see the hawks all the time, and this is potential prey, you know. Something's localizing behind me, I'm not sure what. Oh, sorry. We're not going to watch the rabbit all night, don't worry about it, but it's actually fairly close to me. It didn't really startle it much, so I backed up so I could get the scope to look at it and focus on it. I can't be, you know, too close. We're going to move on. Oh. You wonder, why is it eating here? Maybe it's just, you know, good tasting to it. I don't know. Maybe all the vegetation here, maybe it's tender and easy to eat. I don't know. In other words, why not graze in just ordinary grass? No idea. You may have just heard a great crested flycatcher. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, let's move on. Hopefully without really bothering the rabbit too much. Oh, it just my movement made it hop a little bit over to where is it? Cute little thing. Okay, let's do some walking. It's cute. cute little rabbit, it really is.
Oh, so you do.
And like, cats only meow to each other when it's like the mom cat, like trying to take a picture.
Okay. Alright, let's see if we can go find some hawks. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Wait a minute, that rabbit just sat down now. Where is it? Oh. You know? For me anyway, anytime I really watch any particular individual animal, you get at least a little bit, if I watch it closely, I get a bit of a connection to it, you know? You know, you want the hawks to feed themselves and everything, but somehow you want to say, well, anyone but this rabbit. Bye, baby. Let's do a little walking. Still very quiet over here. Not hearing any vocalizations of any sort. Big Red is still up on the throne, and we'll take a quick look at her. From here, anyway, there's no issue with sunshine being too powerful. Let's look up at her. She's just hanging out up there by the looks of her. I'm neither hearing nor seeing anybody else. earlier, we saw her, and like I had said, it looked like she was just trying to keep cool. Now, she's not in quite, the intense sunlight, and it's probably a lot cooler for her now than it was then. I don't know if we'll be seeing much activity tonight or not. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe it's very possible that the hawks that we have seen will find roosting spots and where near where they are and not come back to the area, and we might not see them tonight again. She almost looks as if something has caught her attention. Not that she's necessarily about to take off, but she kind of looks that way. Maybe not. So, so far we've seen at least 2 of the juveniles. And again, because I don't know who's who, it's possible we saw 3, but I don't know. And we've seen Big Red, without any doubt. We're seeing her now. And we've also, I heard an adult call that may have been Arthur, but I'm not sure. Kind of doubt it. Maybe she was calling. I don't know. But it's possible she was calling from up there. But it sounded like it was from Tower Road. Or somewhere around there. So maybe we'll head back towards Tower Road. Might not be a bad idea. Let's do that. Okay, let me prepare for some walking. With that young rabbit, it was obviously feeding itself. And maybe young rabbits, just like young hawks and other young birds, maybe they just sometimes... Oh. Young woman who was walking by just ran towards a tree to look up. That rabbit is still there and now eating again. Anyways, I was saying, maybe they're kind of like, some of the young of the birds that we see, where once they've left the nest, they just find a spot and they kind of hang out. Maybe it's not the safest spot in the world, but that's where they pick. I might see somebody up on Man right now. Let me take a look with binoculars so I don't waste your time. I believe I do. Let's see if we can improve the angle a little bit. Well, can't get much better. Won't be a great view though, no matter what. Is that somebody there, or is that just part of the structure there? Looks like a hawk to me. Let's brighten it up a bit. Nobody else, just this one. So it's just that one. Not a great view, I'll admit. And it seems quiet up there. It's not really doing anything. Just a quiet evening here on the campus. Now, who knows? Maybe if Arthur comes by, and maybe I should check the Bradfield Purchase. It's maybe getting to that time where we might see him there. So let's take a walk and see if maybe he is there. Hearing a mourning dove sing. Things are peaceful here. You're not hearing robin alert calls or anything else. There's a robin singing in the distance. That's it. Before I continue, let me look at one thing, which I doubt is anything, but and it's not. And at least from here, I don't see anyone on Bradfield. You know, on the Bradfield Purchase, wall purchase. I wouldn't say that this has been a waste of time, but I have to admit I have been disappointed so far. But I shouldn't say disappointed. This is, this is what happens. If anything, it seems to be happening a little earlier this year compared to some of the prior years, where we'd still see a lot of activity. I take that back. Maybe it's not happening earlier. It's just different. I'll explain in a minute. Okay, and confirmed. There's nobody on the Bradfield wall purchase that I can see. What I'm talking about is the fact is usually around this time of year we might see them on the ground, actually, the juveniles on the ground and occasionally going for bugs or pine cones or whatever. And at least, I haven't seen that just yet. Now maybe they've done that at times, but I haven't seen that just yet. I won't soon forget that time a few years ago when we saw all three of them here in this area here near Furno in the grass, going after bugs or pine cones or whatever they thought was, maybe bark, whatever they thought was of interest. just haven't seen, I haven't seen that kind of activity just yet. It may happen soon, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen today. For all I know, there's somebody in one of these trees. But really, it's quiet. I hate to let you down like this, without much activity, but unless we stop to get in the car, which has its limits in terms of what we can see. We'd have to, drive around looking for hawks. I think it's, in terms of these evening, weeknight, trips to the campus, I think it's a little early yet to start, using the car. They are, increasing their range, but I think it's too early to really need the car just yet. You see that structure that's on top of Mann Library, we can't see from here. Alright, let's see if we can maybe climb down the stairs from here without killing anyone or anything. I wouldn't do that. One more time. Hearing a house finch, and that might be a house finch alert call. I'm not sure. She's still up there. Like I said, she's been up there the whole time today. For me, anyway. I really don't think anybody's going to be seen from within the ag quad, but you never know. Where else are we going to go? I hear a robin call from somewhere. I'm not sure where. Could be for big red, though. Who knows? here anyway. I'm only seeing big red. So we'll set up here. Oops. One second here. So again, that's big red on the throne. And other than one not so good view of one of the juveniles on top of Man Library, we haven't seen anything lately. Anyone else? So it's been, for us, a slow night. Now, it is 8:16, 8:17. So, kind of expect things to, at least, well, I should say, I expect there to be some activity, as there often is. But again, it's certainly possible that everyone's already found a place and they've settled in for the night. Am I hearing more alert call activity, but not necessarily Robin? Okay, let's start making our way back. Might as well. To my knowledge, nothing is going on here. Now, there could be something happening. Given what I had heard, well, I don't know if there's anything going on the other side of Warren Hall. Kind of doubt it. I don't know if I would have heard it anyway from here, just by the way the lay of the land is. So let's, like I said, let's do some walking. I've turned off the other camera. The battery was dying and it didn't seem to be worth keeping on. Nothing was happening. Alright, let's head that way and see what happens. We may close up early if we don't see anything, but who knows? Oh, let's see if I can find a way to carry this thing without it pinching me or poking me or... Continued calls from house finches that may be alert calls. Not sure. But again, we've had difficulty seeing the hawks that are unmanned. So I mean, they could still be up there, but because of where they've been up there, it's been difficult. I can't see anybody from here, but hold on, there's a house finch I want to look at and see if it looks like it's just there or if there's something else going on. Hold on. Well, it's singing, not calling an alert, so maybe nothing's wrong. Okay, let's keep going. At least I don't see the rabbit there any longer. course, now the sun is really not much of a problem. Hold on one second. What's that? Okay, little robin. Wasn't sure. And we'll go back up. Oh, there are two hawks up on man. We can see them both now. At least for the time being. One just moved and made it more difficult. But there are two right there. And lighting is better, so let's light it up a little. Or I should say, at least the lighting is not so punishing as it had been before. So we know where these two are. Still don't know, I don't know for certain if we've seen the third. Thanks. We're going to wait here. I'm not going to go try to find it. I've done enough of that tonight without seeing anybody. We'll stay here a bit. You know, there's really no better place to go, actually. We're seeing a juvenile now. There had been a second one there with it. And I can still see, with the naked eye, Big Red, although there's kind of a pole blocking my view. But I can see her easily enough. Oh, we've got a hawk overhead. Hawk just flew overhead and is heading towards rice. Landing on rice. Hi. Who is this one? Where was it? I don't know. Hi, baby. Good to see you. Pretty birdie. So we still have one on Man Library, and we're looking at this one right now. Where it came from, I'm not sure. If it's the one that we saw take off and leave Man, I don't know. I only know it's closer and in better light from our perspective, so we'll take it. Oops, hold on. Get the things. Hey, where'd you go? Now I could get closer, but you know, I don't know if that's a good idea just because the angle is kind of better here. Someone is calling. It sounded like someone was in the air, but I don't know. Still have this one here. And we still have Big Red up here. But I thought I heard someone as if they were, you know, when they have a certain kind of call when they're in flight, when they're young. Let's look up at the one that we have on Rice Hall. There you go, Max. Yesterday was a very busy day for me, and at the end of it all, I was at home, and it was still a little bit light out. And I had to walk outside for something, and I was stopped in my tracks because there's a wooded area near me, and I hadn't heard this in some time. Must have been 4 or 5 wood thrushes all singing. That robin took off, by the way. And it was just beautiful. All just singing to each other, or singing for whatever reason. And I don't know if they were, the birds, the individuals that migrated into the area, or if maybe they were a new generation singing, or maybe a combination of both, or what. But 4 or 5 wood thrushes were singing, and it was just, like I said, beautiful. Busy day today. And I just had to stop and listen, and it was quiet other than, well, there were a couple other birds singing too, but just hearing them was just beautiful. So we're looking at Rice Hall and one of the hawks up there. We still have the one on Man Library, and we still have Big Red up on Bradfield. And who knows, for all I know, there's somebody else in the area. Wouldn't surprise me. Sometimes when we're at sapsucker, we'll hear, a couple different, 2 or 3 different wood thrushes, and especially a few weeks ago we were hearing that, and we hear that usually earlier in the spring. Once, shortly after they've arrived, we might hear a few wood thrushes singing at the same time, and if they all get going, it's just a beautiful thing, especially if you're right there in the woods with them. Now, I was not in the woods with the wood thrushes last night, but it was still nice to hear from a distance. It was a nice way to end the day. I just heard some noise. It may have been fireworks. Okay, someone's calling. That may be the one on Man. Let's take a look if we can. Oh, it's turned around, and it is calling.
Ferris, you still have one on Man?
There's one on Man, one up here, one on Rice.
Okay, I was going to say, we just saw the third one pop out of the blue over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's up in the tree in front of Ferno.
Okay, thank you. maybe we'll go see it. Can we see it from here? Pardon me?
She said they just did a more grind, came over the top.
Okay, I didn't see it, and
Well, you're down there, it's on the top of her, but it was in that tree.
sure it was. Thank you. Okay, so anyway, we have this one here. We're going to go and see if we can find the one on Furno, or in front of Furno. Look at how cute. Like I said, there may be activity now that it's getting cooler and things are getting a little darker, and I don't see anybody else right now, but we still have the one on Rice Hall up here, and maybe we'll head towards Bradfield. Oh, hold on, let's see if something happens up here. Posture's changed, makes me think there might be a takeoff. I don't see anybody from in the trees that I can see from here in front of oh no, you're turning the other way. In the trees I can see from here in front of Furno, I don't see anybody. Looking, we still have one on Rice. We still have Big Red on Bradfield in the throne, and we still have the one on Man that we're looking at. And that's it. Oops, sorry. You know, I'm going to, let's do a little walking. Maybe not too far, but might not have to. Either, well, I want to check that area on Emerson where they have been going a lot, just in case the third one is there. And from here anyway, I don't see it. So maybe it's not there. And I'm not going to walk all the way there. Let's head towards the front of Furno and see if we can see anything. Big Red is still there. Rice Hall is still on Rice. Quiet here if anybody else is around. A couple robins on the ground, 2 or 3. 2. Almost sounds like robin activity closer to Tower Road. I don't see anybody around here. Yeah, I hear a robin call ahead somewhere. Oh, I see somebody in the air. Got somebody. Arthur. Arthur just came in and landed on Bradfield. Let's look at Arthur. Is that Arthur? I think so. I don't believe it's Big Red. Hello there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oops, sorry. Knocked my tripod leg. So we've seen 2 adults, at least 2 young. Arthur's here.
That we had this tree here, very silent. It's actually one of the trees going branch to branch. All going down to the next tree and then up.
Okay.
Which is good because we didn't see all 3 today. We kept seeing them 2 at a time, so we weren't sure if we saw all 3.
Well, one was on Rice just now. One had been on Man. And if you saw that one when I was seeing those 2, then you know that there are 3.
Yeah, it's saying.
Okay.
Puts us at all 3. We did have a really nice, I heard you say that you haven't seen them dancing for prey yet. We had one today. Come off the tower. There's more. It's straight over. The other green was starting bouncing around under the other green before it went up into the tree.
On the ground, you mean?
On the ground. Yeah, it came over. We thought it was chasing prey or something at first, but it came over and was footing some of the
Bugs
some
or...
of the mulch underneath it and then bounced up into
Okay.
that.
It's about time they did that. I mean, in early July, they seem to do that over the years, so
Yeah.
it's about time.
I'm just happy we saw all 3 at the same time then. So.
Absolutely. Well, I'd
kept
still like
seeing-
to see the 3rd, but
Yeah.
I haven't.
Well, I don't know which way, if he's on top of Emerson, or he or she is on top of Emerson, or where it went, but like I said, we kept seeing 2 at a time today, so the fact that you had 2 and we saw the 3rd one,
Gives you a little confidence.
yeah. So, all right, sir, have a good night.
You too. Good night. It's getting a little dark, so we can't do, the greatest of close-ups. What had happened, I caught a glimpse of him in flight over the athletic fields, and then, the trees were in the way, and then, saw him just again as he was coming in for a landing on this perch where he is now. I'd still like to see all 3 juvies at once, just, I don't know, maybe so I can say that I saw them. I don't know, but I'd like to see them. But it is good to see him. I wouldn't be surprised if Big Red joins him there on that perch, or at least comes back, down to one of the closer perches here on Bradfield. We're going to move along. I want to go see if we can find everybody. Oh, this battery's dying too? Come on now. Before we move, I'm going to change batteries. Oops. Wrong power. Alright, like I said, I need to change the battery. So let's do that right now. Okay. Let's go looking for more hawks. Glad we saw him though, I really am. I hear somebody calling right now. Maybe I should change that to my ringtone. Wouldn't that be something? And you get the call, you're in a meeting, you get this call, and you just refuse to answer the phone. You just let it keep ringing. So the one that was on rice is still on rice, or at least somebody's up there. We saw Arthur. Let's just stop and take a quick look at the one that's up on rice from this angle. It may be the one who's calling. Looks kind of sleepy. Sleepy. Just straighten things out here. That's better. It is calling. We'll continue on in a moment. Unless it's just puffing out its feathers, that crop looks like it might be full anyway. And it could be puffing out its feathers, but I don't know. I think maybe it just likes, they're all in the habit of calling. And I don't know for certain, but it could be that it doesn't even necessarily want anything. It just wants to make sure its parents know where it is. Let's continue on. You can never know for certain, or at least I don't, and I don't pretend to know. So Arthur is still there, I believe by himself on Bradfield. Yes, by himself. Have a good night. Pardon me? No? Inconvenient. Rude. Have a good night. Thank you. I'm hearing a call. I'm not sure if that's the one on Rice. I think it probably is. I hear a blue jay. I see Big Red is still on the throne. And I don't see anyone on man either, not from here. Let's continue. You never know. Hearing up ahead. I continue to hear the blue jay call. Yeah, it sounds like it's from up ahead. And hearing some robins and hearing also a house sparrow. And I see that rabbit out again. Or a very similar rabbit anyway. Anyone on Emerson in these areas where we can see? Big Red is still up there on Bradfield. And I see no one from here anyway on Emerson. But I'm hearing all kinds of noise down here. I've never been here before on these stairs. At least I don't remember ever being here. You're hearing a lot of robin calls. At least, well, a few of them anyway. Now, for me to find anybody in these trees is going to be difficult. If there's anybody at all. There's got to be somebody around here. I just don't see it, you know. Almost guaranteed, though, given all the vocalizations we're hearing. Robins and blue jays. I'm looking just with the naked eye, and I don't even have the scope with me. It's left it back there. Hold on a second. I see it. Okay, I see somebody. We'll come back. I can't show you with right now. Not with the gear I've got with me. Gotta go get the scope. Excuse me. Should have brought it with me, but... And there may be a second one, I don't know, but there's definitely one I just saw. Wouldn't be surprised if there's another one here as well, you know, because the two were together, or near each other anyway. Let's see if I can find it again. I'll bet I can, unless it's moved. Oh, is that better? No, can't see it from here. This is not going to be great because some branches are in the way. But let's. Oh, just took off. Thanks a lot. Seem to have gone back to Man Library. Everyone's quiet here, so maybe, well, there may still be another one, or they just continue to vocalize for the one that just flew. All that walking. So I believe there may be yet another one here. We're behind Man Library in the wooded area. Well, I don't know how to, I mean, they call it the Cornell Botanical Gardens apparently. See? But one or two robins keep calling an alert. I hear somebody. I just heard somebody. Okay, let's head back up. I don't know if anyone is still here or not, but let's head back up and see if we can catch up with everybody. Who knows, maybe there's all kinds of activity and we're missing it. Because all of you insisted I come down here. You always have to remember, when you're carrying this kind of gear and everything, you can climb down into the plantations area or whatever, but you eventually have to climb back up. I hear Big Red is no longer on the throne. I hear Robin. Sounds like maybe on top of, ooh, almost tripped. Maybe on top of Man. If it is, I can't see it from here. Hold on, I better do something before I regret it. Almost dropped the camera and I didn't have the camera strap on my neck. I don't, from here, I mean, I hear a robin loudly from that area that we've walked a few times heading into the ag quad. The one that was on rice is no longer there. So it seems like everybody has moved. Or at least we know 3 of them have. The one we saw briefly in the trees, Big Red, and now the one on rice we can confirm also moved. I don't see anybody else. They may be around there, but, and who knows, maybe we're never going to be in the right spot tonight. There are only so many places I can walk. And see. So Rice Hall, like I said, is no longer there. I'm wondering if Big Red and Arthur are together. I see one hawk still up there, but I'm not sure if that's just one or 2. I think it's probably just one. Let me just look with my scope very quickly. Just one. Wait a minute. That's not Big Red. That's not Arthur. That's a juvenile on Bradfield. I'm going to have to lighten it up a lot. Oh, come on. If I can find it. I'm pretty sure that's a juvenile. What you doing up there? No red tail there. What happened in my absence? You walk away for a few minutes. It's grainy, I know, but it's because it's so dark and we're looking at over a long distance. Are you thinking of staying the night there? Kind of looks it. Well, remember everybody, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. will continue shortly. But I just, it's kind of interesting to see. With the naked eye, I saw, enough of a difference in color there, or darkness, that actually. So I thought, okay, it must still be Arthur. Okay, we're going to continue looking. We're running out of light. Maybe we'll see somebody else, maybe we won't. I don't know. I don't know where the parents have gone. Other than this one, I don't know where anyone's gone. Well, I have an idea. We saw one that was in the wooded area behind Mann Library, and it seemed to fly back towards the building. Now, when I walked away from Mann Library, looking up in that, whatever the structure is, I couldn't see it. So, I don't know where it is. Now I want to just take a better look at the various perches here. We know where we have a juvenile on one of the perches, but I don't know if anybody else is on any of the perches. And it doesn't, with the naked eye, it doesn't appear so. I'm going to just check very quickly with binoculars. 1 second. I do see somebody up there. I'm going to have to lighten this up again. We won't look very long. 1 second here. Nope. That looks like Big Red from here, but maybe I'm wrong. This looks like her. I can't be. Yeah, I believe it is her. It is she. I believe that's Big Red. It is very dark, and we're looking up fairly high in order to see her. Let's see if. I hear in the distance, just heard a squirrel alert call, and alright, the mosquitoes have found me. I'm going to walk away, but I don't see anybody else, but I'm going to walk away before they always find me here. I don't see anybody else there. Let me just look quickly with binoculars one more time. That's how I found Big Red. Okay, let's walk. It sounds like somewhere in the distance, maybe towards Riley Robb and Stocking Halls and all those three buildings. There may be a hawk there because I'm hearing robin vocalizations. At least that's what it sounds like to my ears. You wonder if if maybe Arthur flew that way or something. Of course, if anyone's in those trees in front of the buildings, I won't be able to see them from here. And now that I've walked here, I don't hear anybody. And I don't see anybody on any of the light poles. Lighting towers, I should say. Okay. It's been a different sort of night. Didn't get as much activity as I would have liked, as I said earlier. Maybe it was because it was warm for a while. That was probably part of it. That makes a difference. But I think we're going to call it a night. Unless I happen to hear or see something that stops me in my tracks. Not a bad night in a way. I mean, at least I got some exercise in, which I needed since I'm skipping. So we're going to end the night with, let me see if they're still there. Looks like Big Red is where she was on that one perch. And we still have wait a minute. What do I see on that perch where we saw the youngster? Hold on. Oh, shoot. There are two hawks there. One looks like an adult. And is one the youngster? I bet it is. And to confirm, I'm going to move right now, just very quickly, to confirm we still have up here Big Red. Just when you think you've, well, I don't know if I think I've seen it all, but where are they? There they are. You know what? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Don't know why, I just don't. Maybe I'm worried for nothing, but I don't like it. Just doesn't seem right. I don't think the chick was snacking. This is strange. Maybe nothing is wrong, but it just is out of the ordinary with certainty. Just seems odd, but again, maybe nothing is wrong. It's just definitely odd. Not something I'm used to seeing. We didn't see anyone feed, well, I didn't see anyone feed or eat. You know, anyone catch anything or anyone eating or anything tonight. There was some calling by the hawks, but not like that much. I mean, not an excessive amount. It was a hot day. You know, I don't know. Again, this is odd. If you happen to just be tuning in, we have what appears to be Arthur on the left and one of the young juveniles on the right on a perch where if we were to see two hawks normally, we would see Big Red and Arthur. We wouldn't see, we just don't generally see juveniles there. Not yet anyway. So it just seems kind of odd, and we've seen, I haven't checked in a few minutes, but we did see, and I'll check it, see if I can see it with binoculars. Big Red does appear to be where she was, at a higher perch over to our right. Oh, looking out now. This one hopefully will, I don't know. Hopefully it's okay and without any problem. Now, you know, we didn't see it go there. I wonder if maybe it chased after Arthur and maybe because he was there at that perch, and you just wonder if it had an awkward landing or if maybe nothing's wrong at all. Maybe it just, I don't know. I don't know. You know, it obviously this chick did fly up there. The only question I have is if maybe there was an awkward landing or something, which is possible. If it, remember when we were here earlier, we saw Arthur, and he was on that perch. And then when I looked back up, with the naked eye, I thought it might have been Arthur again, but as it turned out, it was the chick. And then just looking now again, all of a sudden Arthur's back. Now, it could very well be that this chick just wants to sleep there and it's fine, didn't have any kind of awkward landing or anything. Who knows? It just seems rather odd. It just seems rather odd that this is going on. But, it's not chasing after Arthur for food. It's just hanging out, and Arthur seems willing to hang out there, I guess, so I don't know. I'm going to lighten it up. Actually, I can't lighten it up anymore. That's the most I can do from this distance. If I get closer, we might get a slightly better look, but not that much better. No, it's very unlikely there's any prey there. And it's not protecting any prey. It was not snacking earlier there. It was just lying there. I don't think Arthur's looking up at Big Red at all, by the way. In fact, I doubt he can even see her from where he is, given where they are. There's they're on a perch, and there's, I believe, a deeper, I may be wrong, but I believe a deeper brick structure that extends further out from Bradfield that would prevent him from seeing Big Red, who is on a shallower one up higher and off to the right. So I doubt he can even see her. So it's not like he keeps looking at her for clues or guidance. I don't believe that's happening. All we've seen is on a couple occasions, 2 or 3, the chick has stood up, essentially just turned around, and then gone right back down to the flattened lying down position. And it could be, look, I don't want to say there's anything wrong. This just seems odd, that's all. It's not something we have normally seen, that's all. So I don't want everyone to panic. It could be that everything's fine, it just wants to sleep there tonight, who knows. It did fly up there. We don't know what kind of a landing it had because we didn't see the landing. And it's getting to be so it's too dark for us to see. What I would hope is that those that have contact, those who have contact with those who might be here, tomorrow morning, let them know, and maybe they'll come and look specifically there just to see if things are okay. And if nobody's there at that perch, then maybe chances are nothing happened, and it's just a matter of someone wanting to sleep there. And you have to remember also, everybody, when I first saw this young hawk there, with the naked eye, I couldn't even really tell it wasn't Arthur. I couldn't tell. I looked at it, closely, and sure enough, I think with binoculars, if I remember right, and then saw that it didn't quite look to be Arthur. So the point is, it was already fairly dark, so maybe it decided to roost there, and then Arthur happened to return there, and now he's roosting there, maybe. So let's just hope if whoever is around can check tomorrow morning, it'd be appreciated, and we'll see how things turn out. Okay? It's been an odd evening in terms of just seeing things. Take a quick look at Jupiter. I believe that's Jupiter in my view. Let's see what it looks like before the mosquitoes get me, because they are after me. Four moons in view. Okay, everybody, I'm going to pack up. The mosquitoes are really bugging me. Don't know how well you can see. Anyway, so anyone, if you can pass the word on to those who might be able to check on them in the morning. Might be a nice idea. And we'll just hope for the best, like we always do. Okay, everybody. Everyone, I want to wish you all, at least all who celebrate, all who are in this country, the United States, I hope you will all have a very wonderful Independence Day. Maybe take time to read the Declaration of Independence. It's a beautiful document. And I hope you'll also have time to spend and enjoy the day with family and friends. Until next time, everybody, have a great night. Happy holiday. Bye-bye.